This is a $35 part, and if you ignore this part, it can blow your entire engine. Not just the AC, not just the compressor, entire motor. So today, let's fix that on my '08 BMW 335i. So the issue that I'm having is every single time I start my car, this is what this thing sounds like. Now, according to my best friend, ChatGPT, this is a very easy fix. You know what? They even say it's supposed to take me maybe about 30 to 45 minutes to get this job done. But little does it know, I've never worked on this car ever. I've never worked on cars before. So only thing that you need is very simple. You just need a few tools to do it. Makes it sound like it's super easy, but we'll find out if it really is. Now, this is a very simple fix. There's only a couple of things that you need. You're gonna need a belt. Make sure it's a genuine OEM belt, because if you get an aftermarket one, you don't want to blow up your motor, man. Just it's 35 bucks. Just spend the 35 bucks. Don't get coffee for a week and you'll be good to go. Otherwise, a T60, this is to remove the tensioner. A ratchet. This is probably going to be small, but we'll see if this works. Some gloves, just because, you know what? There's no room in this thing to work at all. So you're probably going to be cutting up your hands without it. So you know what? I'm going to use some gloves. And of course, we can't forget, we are working on a BMW. There's probably going to be one of these that we will need at one point. So have your Torx bits ready, because I'm pretty sure it's not as simple as it say it is, hey? Other thing that you will need, or I'm using anyways, jack stand and a jack. So let's get into it. Let's get the car pulled inside. I don't want to work in the sun right now. And second, I have a little bit of an incline. So if I work here with the jack stand, it's probably not a good idea. So I'm going to pull out the car. Let's get the BMW inside. That out of the way. Step one, let's jack this car up. Car jacked up on jack stands. I did leave the jack in the back. What we got to do is pop open the hood. As you can see, the belt is all the way back there. You can't really access it. So we got to remove this intake. That'll give us a little bit of more room to be able to work on this. So you know what? Let's get that done right now. Now this should be just a simple, I believe it's a T15 bolt that I have on here. I don't know if that's a factory bolt that's supposed to be here, but hey, does the job, holds it right in. So let's get this. One important thing, don't lose the bolts that you're taking off of this thing. And then after you take those two off, it should be just a simple, yep, and it comes right out. So, you know what? I'm not even like step one into this thing, and I just realized something. You know how ChatGPT said all you need is a T60 bolt? You just gotta take off their intake? Well, guess what? Let me show you what I'm dealing with right now. That little intake box is gone, okay? The bolt that I have to get to is right down there. And I really don't have that much room to work in here. So we got to take out that radiator so we can get a little bit more room to be able to pop that belt out. This 30-minute job is, I have a feeling it's going to be a 3-hour job for me. So you know what? We're too far into it now. I'm not stopping. So let's get that damn radiator fan out of there. Okay, so here's a game plan. I've actually done the radiator on this before. The radiator fan itself isn't hard to take out. It just got a bolt here. There's one other bolt, and there's a stupid clip at the bottom that's always annoying to get to. And you just disconnect a lot of this stuff. That's clipped out of there. The next thing is actually just very simple. My memory recalls, I believe this is, yep, this is another T25. Just right up here. Let's get that one undone. That should be loose enough. I should be able to pop it off. Trying to do this with one hand is interesting. It's like bringing PTSD. The first time I worked on this car, I had to take this because my radiator was leaking. So I had to pop all of it out, coolant on my face. Yeah, it wasn't fun. So there it goes. I don't even know if this is actually the stock bolt. I remember it's all freaking rusted and shit, but whatever. It's a T25. Leave it in the comments if this is the bolt that it's supposed to be. All right, so now that we have that out, let's put that to the side. The next part that is a pain is this thing. This is the hose that connects right down here, and there's a little grommet that is stuck in. So what you have to do is you have to pop that damn thing out some way, usually like a pry bar. And let's see if I can try and do this with one hand, or this screwdriver or something. You gotta pry that thing off of there, and in theory this just lifts right up. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot, as long as you're not being an idiot and doing what I'm doing. All right, almost there. That's a little bit. Okay, this is almost out of there. You don't want to damage the fins on your radiator. You know what? As much as I want to say that was a pain in the ass, the first time it took me a lot longer. All right, now check this out. Okay, check that out. Amount of room that you have in here. Now, see that right there? That's what we got to unloosen. So the next part, actually, I just realized something else. There's not enough room to be able to wiggle that belt out of there. So instead of listening to ChatGPT, I watched a YouTube video. Let's undo these two bolts. That'll give us a little bit of slack to open this. Then we can do the tensioner, pop that down, and that'll give us enough slack in between to be able to pull out the belt. So let's get that done now. Let's get that T60 and see if we can break that loose. Now this part's supposed to be a pain in the ass, so please God, make it so that's at least easy. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what's more terrifying to me right now. Looking at that damn fan, putting that thing back in, or changing the damn serpentine belt. I'm a freaking heavy guy, but holy sh! I think I got it. That was not fun. All right, Continental belt. I needed help, so I got my niece. All right, so here's what we got to do. I'm gonna put something in here. I'm gonna make it, push it down. This thing's gonna turn up, and you gotta slide this so it goes on top of there, okay? So remember that diagram that you drew for me that I took credit for? Okay. So what you gotta do is the belt, it's gonna be like this, and you'll have to slide it on, okay?
Like pull it?
Yeah, you might not need to pull it, but I'm gonna turn it so it's easier, okay? Because right now it won't fit. All right? You think you got this?
I think so.
All right, go. Can you slide it? You want to pull it down more?
Yes.
You got it?
No, I do not.
I spent the last hour and a half trying to do this, and she comes in and does it in like a matter of a few seconds. Huh. All right, so I think the belt is on. Before I go and start putting everything back, probably a good idea to just turn the crank if you can. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea, but guess what? I'm gonna do it anyways. Because the last thing that I want is belt not being seated properly and the whole thing just going to shreds. So Mic kind of died. Sorry, my GoPro kind of died. Moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Do a double check. Think about what we just did. We took out the radiator fan, took out the inlet. Inlet I didn't put back on. Changed the serpentine belt, checked it 50 times, maybe even 60, just as an extra precaution. Why not? So from what I could tell, it's seated on perfect. Okay. Radiator's back on. No. The fucking fan is back on. Fan is back on. That's good. I rechecked it again. I don't see anything that's loose. I don't see any bolts around here. Intake is on. The cone, one of the cone filters is back on. Only thing that I don't have is a little snorkel. I didn't put the little snorkel on. So let's run it. All you guys doubted me. You didn't think I was going to be able to do this. Actually, I didn't think I was going to be able to do this either. But no, everything seems to be on. I don't see anything where it looks like an issue, but belt's on, intakes are on, everything's running. So do I rev it a little bit just to see what it's doing? All right, let's do a little bit of a rev. Seems to be okay. Turn it off. I think we're good. Let's put the undercarriage on. That's it, guys. All right. There you have it, guys. It's not that hard to do the serpentine belt. It just takes some time. I don't know how long it took me. Probably say about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. But if you guys are thinking about getting one of these things and working on it, do it. You know what? It'll teach you patience. It'll make you really relive your life decisions, choices that you made about a project car. But no, all jokes aside, there's a huge community. There's a huge community behind this cars. If you need anything done, you can easily find it of how to do it and all that stuff. But that's it for this video. As you saw, I'm still running the stock diverters, and I think I have an issue. I hear a lot of whooshes, and it's probably because one of my T-map sensors isn't bolted in properly, because I may have broke the bolt. So anyways, we have a charge pipe coming in. That's probably gonna be the next one. But for this one, guys, if you did enjoy this, please consider hitting a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.